With the release of Battlefield 5's Battle Royale mode, Firestorm, the last of the AAA Battle Royales, are now out. So, in this video I'd like to discuss which is the best and which you should be investing your precious time into. Since PUBG's release back in the March of 2017 on PC and December of that year on Xbox, we've had many companies try to copy that Battle Royale format to recreate the success that led to at one point the PC version having over 3 million gamers playing the game concurrently. Yes, you heard that right, 3 million people were playing PUBG at the same time. Even now, 2 years after its release, PUBG has a peak of almost 1 million concurrent players every month, and that doesn't even include PlayStation 4, Xbox One and mobile players. A low price point, semi-realistic environment, a massive map where every game was different, amazing gunplay, long games where strategy, tactics and positioning meant more than Twitch gun skills, and the most amazing adrenaline buzz you'll get in gaming. All these things came together in a way that gave us the best gaming experience we had ever had, even if the game was full of bugs and glitches. It's fair to say that PUBG has changed video games forever and brought us a level of immersion enjoyment that we now expect from all our other games. The publisher Epic quickly recognised this success and pivoted their zombie survival shooter Fortnite into a Battle Royale too. They added a family-friendly cartoon feel, faster games and lobbies, a very different building mechanic, easier shooting and console releases when PUBG was only on PC. And although many people point to Fortnite's success because it was free to play, I think what was most important was that Fortnite was and is a solid, fun game that runs very well on all platforms. Epic sold battle passes that enabled you to earn cosmetics, and they have been very popular. And Fortnite has also been a massive financial success. So as you can expect, EA and Activision's accountants must have been terrified when they saw the amount of money PUBG and Fortnite have made since release. All those millions of players that those games picked up, and the subsequent fall in players and money from EA's and Activision's traditional cash cow games, Call of Duty and Battlefield. You can imagine in the EA and the Activision boardroom the meetings they had with stuffy suit types and hipster developers arguing that they couldn't understand how an early access bugfest like PUBG or a cartoony shooter builder like Fortnite were destroying their player base and hence their financial results too. We now know that Activision set Treyarch onto adding a Battle Royale to Black Ops 4, sacrificing the campaign for the first time in Call of Duty's history, and EA set DICE and Criterion to add a Battle Royale to the upcoming Battlefield 5, and they turned Respawn from making Titanfall 3 to instead develop what came to be Apex Legends. We've had other Battle Royales from smaller or PC-only developers too. We've had Radical Heights, Ring of Elysium, Realm Royale, and probably most notably H1Z1, the first semi-realistic Battle Royale that came to the PlayStation 4. And as you're watching this video, I'm sure others will have been announced or are even in development. As yet, we're yet to see Battle Royale from the likes of Bethesda, but I'd like to see a Fallout-themed post-apocalypse Battle Royale, and I really want to see something from Ubisoft. I want them to base a BR on Ghost Recon Wildlands or The Division, both tactical shooters that have amazing gunplay, and I was so disappointed when Ghost Recon Wildlands didn't get a Battle Royale. It had the shooting mechanics, it had the map size, and it had the player base, but instead Ubisoft gave us a 4x4 8-man game when we wanted a 1v99 100-man game. Anyway, let's get back to the subject of this video. Which of all these games is the best Battle Royale? Which one should you invest your precious time into? And have any managed to capture the magic of PUBG? Or have all these millions of dollars of development missed the standards that PlayerUnknown himself, Brendan Green, laid down when he published PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds those 2 fateful years ago? Fortnite, of course, is still immensely popular, and it is a polished game that works well across all platforms. For me, though, it's not even in the race to be the best Battle Royale. When it first released and people weren't building, it was an okay shooter, but now it's something else. You need to know how to build insanely fast, and they change the map with every new season. So Fortnite, it's definitely not for me, and I wouldn't recommend it for you either. H1Z1 was the first semi-realistic battle royale that came to PlayStation 4, and it's worth checking out. The respawn practice mode is fun, and it does a war mode much better than the one included with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and the game is free and it runs pretty well. However, H1Z1 has fallen behind the development curve of PUBG, so it looks quite dated now, but check it out if you like PUBG and you want some variety in your Battle Royale gameplay. Call of Duty's Blackout Battle Royale mode promised much, and it is delivered on many of the Battle Royale requirements, but it has failed on others, and for me, it's a bit of a disappointment. The map is large and beautiful, the movement is smooth, the guns feel great to fire, there's helicopters and boats, but the addition of perks and gadgets often make it feel like winning depends on having the right gear rather than having the best tactics and positioning. Blackout's continual failure to sort the armour system means that the time to kill is still way too long. If someone has high level armour, you can be hammering away through a whole magazine before you kill them. And I'd like to see Treyarch introduced a bare bones BR mode, without the gadgets and perks, because they've done that in the multiplayer, and just fix that time to kill. They should also revert probably to an 80-person drop. I think that would work better on the map, and then Blackout will have my attention again. Until then, though, there are better Battle Royale options, and I think to keep its player base, Activision are going to have to release this game mode for free. Apex Legends was a surprise release that could easily topple Fortnite off its player base throne. It's got the cartoony look of Fortnite or Overwatch, with serious first-person shooting mechanics that feel amazing. It runs well on all platforms, it's free, it looks great and plays great, and I've spent a fair amount of time in Apex, and it's good. But the problem is that it's squads only, and 3-man squads at that, and I just don't like the legend abilities and ultimates. And most importantly, the time to kill again is too long. Like Blackout, I feel that winning relies on your skill with your legend's abilities and the guns and the armour that you've found, rather than your tactics and positioning. It's that frustration when you get into a position where you have the advantage and should get a kill, but because of the shield system, the enemy that you're firing at can turn around and kill you. I will say, however, that Apex Legends, when it adds a solo mode, I'll be dipping my toes in again. But until then, there's other Battle Royales I enjoy more. And ultimately, we've got the recently released Firestorm mode, Battlefield 5, bringing a much-needed AAA semi-realistic Battle Royale into a genre dominated by future shooter-themed games. Firestorm immediately has the disadvantage that you've got to buy Battlefield 5 to play it. And I've got to say, the map, it's a bit bland. The looting, especially the looting of dead players, is abysmal, and the vehicles and gadgets really only come into their own in squad play, but there's a lot of potential here. The guns feel great to use, the game looks beautiful, it sounds amazing, and there's very little cheese here. Firestorm rewards strategic and tactical play, and each game builds to an adrenaline-filled crescendo, very similar to PUBG. There is a little problem with the time to kill because there's some sort of aim assist being used and not that much recoil, unlike with PUBG, which doesn't have any aim assist at all, even on consoles, and loads of recoil. What means is that if you and an enemy get into a firefight, the first person shooting almost always wins, with no way to escape and reposition. I've spent a lot of time in Firestorm and I have enjoyed myself. I've won a couple of solos and got into the top 10 loads of times, and the tense adrenaline rush is almost like PUBG. I can't wait to play some serious squad games where we can make full use of the armoured vehicles and the other vehicles and gadgets, and I kind of just wish the map had a little bit more variety and the circle came in a little slower like it does in PUBG on Vikendi. But I will be spending more time in Firestorm. I really like the gameplay loop that you can have of playing a few games of Conquest in the normal Battlefield 5, and then when I'm warmed up, jump into Firestorm. And then when I get frustrated or I've had enough of Firestorm, I can jump back into multiplayer and play some Conquest or Frontlines or something like that. You should definitely check out Firestorm if you like Battlefield 5 and you like Battle Royales. And as I said, there's potential here. I just hope that EA, DICE and Criterion continue to support this mode and it's not just a one-off thing. So there we go, the other Battle Royales, the competitors, the new kids on the block, the wannabes, the tryhards, the facsimiles, the copycats, the clones, the reproductions, the lookalikes, the counterfeits, the fakes, the knockoffs, the disappointments. Despite coming close, none of them have done it. Despite all the extra time and money these publishers and developers have thrown into creating Battle Royale modes, none of them have reached the heights of gaming that PUBG has reached. Sure, PUBG's graphics aren't as good. PUBG is glitchy and buggy. Bluehole, PUBG's developer, seemed to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back with every update. But PUBG still stands head and shoulders above the other Battle Royales. We have to recognise that other developers simply haven't had the sheer vision and ambition, or even competency, to deliver a PlayerUnknown, Brendan Green's vision for Battle Royale, especially on console. PUBG delivers the biggest maps. PUBG delivers the longest games. PUBG delivers the best feeling guns and gunplay. PUBG delivers the best sound, both tactical and environmental. PUBG delivers the best solo, duo and squad thrills, fun and adventures. PUBG delivers the best Battle Royale experience ever. Period. You can keep playing PUBG for thousands of hours because it doesn't only feel great, but the maps are big enough and varied enough to deliver different circle finishes in every game. The circle mechanics in PUBG and the way gunfighting and damage works means that the game rewards good positioning, good tactics and strategies against twitch shooting abilities. You can play PUBG any way you want. Drop hot and go for kills, or drop long, go stealthy and creep into the final circles. The long build-up of games, the slow ratcheting up of tension, and then the explosive, adrenaline-pumping, sweaty-palmed, hand-shaking final circles are unlike and better than any other games. Winning a chicken dinner is the best feeling in any game ever made. PlayerUnknown's Battleground is not only the best Battle Royale game ever, it's the best game ever. Buy it now. Play it now. Love it now.